What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me here today on this Thursday, December 15th, 2022 for another awesome episode of Music of Destruction, coming to you from the new MOD Crypt. Hope you guys love the new set. Janelle worked very, very hard on it. She's adding a couple more pentagrams below the TV screens, and then it'll be done. Thank you very much, babe. I really appreciate it. As always, bringing you the best in metal-related content on the only metal channel that's up front. Very opinionated, critical, and honest. If you don't like that, please go watch somebody else, because I don't care. If you missed anything in the past week, click the eye in the upper right corner of the screen. Get caught up on all the latest videos. I'd appreciate it. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. I would sincerely appreciate it. Welcome to Top 15 Thursdays here on the channel tonight. I'm excited for this episode, as I'm sure you guys are. Many videos like this, obviously, coming in the future, as well as your suggestions from members. If you want to see me do a specific Top 15, you can request reviews for albums, you can request Top 15s, album rankings, or metal album warfares. That's totally fine. But I wanted to do something a bit different here tonight with my Top 15 Death Doom Metal albums. And with so many bands in this genre, especially upcoming bands that have kind of brought that resurgence of atmospheric death metal back with doom metal, I think death and doom go very well together, provided it's done right with the right aesthetics and atmosphere, lyrical content, imagery, and everything that goes into making a good metal album, right? Right. So I wanted to do this top 15 for you guys, and it's going to be a good one because there's a lot of great bands in this list, and if you love death doom like I do, see, a lot of people go for the brutal death metal, the really fast stuff. I've always felt like death metal didn't need to be insanely fast all the time, and I think when doom metal is added to it, it adds a lot of depth and substance to death metal. But that's my opinion. Yours may differ, and that's fine. Let's just get into it. Coming in at number 15, we have a Finnish doom death metal legend, Thergothon, with Stream from the Heavens, released in 1994 on Avantegarde Music. This is quite dismal in places, but also pretty uplifting, at least from what I felt. And the imagery on the album cover and all the lyricism and everything lets you know what you're in for with this experience. It's a really great record, some amazing songwriting, structuring, placement, and choices in terms of writing and overall aesthetic, atmosphere, mood, lyricism, and things of that nature. And I think it works well to the album's strengths while playing on some other areas that might be a bit lackluster. Still, that doom metal atmosphere comes through. The death metal very much intact here as well. But I love how both of the combined genres build on each other, and it's a natural progression all throughout the album, and nothing feels forced or out of place. Number 15, Thergothon-Stream from the Heavens. Coming in at number 14, we have Dutch death doom metal legends from the Netherlands, Asphyx-Embrace the Death, released in 1996 on Century Media Records. This was my introduction to Asphyx, and I hadn't heard them for at all up until a few months ago because people kept recommending them to me, and I'm glad that you guys did. Thank you very much, because this band is fucking amazing. Embrace the Death is absolutely incredible. This is one of the pioneering bands of death doom, along with Disembowelment and Thergothon and bands like that. And everything that you expect from Asphyx is on this album. Now, this was originally recorded in 1990, but didn't get released till 96, so it was supposed to be the band's debut record, but it ended up being a little bit later on. But everything about this is filthy, putrid, disgusting, but also very doom-ridden, solitary, bleak, and despair-filled, with a lot of crushing atmospheric textures in the guitar work, drums, and bass, and the vocals, also in the imagery. And I think this album does a great job at conveying embracing death. I mean, that's what this sounds like. You know what you're getting from the album cover, and it's absolutely fucking awesome. And these maniacs are a great band. Asphyx Embrace the Death gets number 14. Coming in at number 13, a rather new death doom metal band with Cryptic Brood, Outcome of Obnoxious Science, released in 2019 on War Anthem Records. We have some German death doom here, very much rooted in that German doom death feel, and I think that the album cover definitely illustrates this really like despair-filled, rotten atmosphere of just everything horrific within the scientific world, within a post-apocalyptic world, and you definitely have that apocalyptic riff structuring, drums and bass. It's very chaotic in places, but it maintains a consistent atmosphere. The death metal elements come in at the right times and add a tempo shift and speed here and there and some brutality, but again, the doom metal very much at the forefront of this, along with the death as well. And I think that they do a great job at combining these things, and the aesthetics, mood, and overall atmosphere atmosphere of this is very much fucking intact, and this is great stuff. Cryptic Brood, Outcome of Obnoxious Science, gets number 13. Coming in at number 12, USA death doom metal band Decaying Crypt with their demo MMXX1. Released in 2021 independently, which is what I think that MMMX1 means or whatever. Wow, I heard this 26 minutes of just sonic death doom, disgusting intensity, very cryptic, raw, morbid decay, like aging in a crypt, like bodies just sitting, rotting in a mausoleum crypt for like centuries. That's what this sounds like. It sounds like complete suffocation, being buried alive underground in a decaying crypt, and a lot of that guitar work comes through, shines through on this record. Same with the drums, the bass, and the vocals. It's got a very raw production. The guitars are a bit higher in the mix, like they're a bit higher pitched, but it works because it kind of feels like there's some black metal elements here as well. And it's just such an amazing atmosphere. You will literally feel like you're decaying in a crypt as you listen to this, man, with no idea what's lurking around the corner. It has that monster lurking around the corner feel. Fucking amazing stuff. Decaying Crypt demo gets number 12. Coming in at number 11, we have another USA death doom metal band, pretty new, Night Hag, Phantasmal Scourge, released in 2022 on Rotted Life Records, or Scourge if you prefer. This band, to me, very, very awesome stuff. Very phantasmal, has a very spectral atmosphere, very ethereal sounding guitar work, drums, bass, and atmosphere here with some amazing vocals. And the death metal doesn't get too fast or too crazy. It's more mid-paced, like OSDM meets doom metal, which I think is very, very cool. And that's what a lot of these bands embrace and attach to their rating style, and I think it works. And the production, again, very dirty and muddy and murky, which adds to that awesome doom death atmosphere. And Night Hag's Phantasmal Scourge, if you haven't heard this, check it out. I was introduced to this band recently. I think it's fucking great. It gets number 11. Coming in at number 10, we have another USA death doom metal band, rather modern, with Druid Lord, Grotesque Offerings, released in 2018 on Hell's Headbangers Records. The cover says it all. This is very horrifying, very rooted in the macabre and gothic atmospheric textures, but it's not goth doom, obviously. But it certainly has that aesthetic and that appeal, and I could see some of the romanticism being an attraction for new fans that might be a little bit unfamiliar with this genre. I think Druid Lord, though, is very unique, very dismal, very bleak, but also has enough death metal intensity to keep fans of death metal very interested throughout this album, and the attention, your attention will be compelled when you listen to this. And I think Druid Lord are absolute gods at what they do. This is a mind-blowing album. I was immediately floored when I heard this, and I think you guys owe it to yourself to check out Druid Lord. Grotesque Offerings gets number 10. Coming in at number 9, Finnish death doom metal band Crypt's Cadaver Circulation, released in 2019 on Dark Descent Records. Holy fucking shit. Okay, if you want something that's completely off the wall, very bleak, but also very juxtaposed and very nightmarish and extremely, like, just out there, then you need to check out Crypt's Cadaver Circulation. There is a lot of dissonance on this. There's a lot of out-of-place harmonies and walls of sound and some intense claustrophobic atmospheres. And this will make you feel exactly what the album cover suggests. Like, we're talking eternal rot and decay and morbidity, and just very difficult to explain, but listen to the album and you'll know what I'm talking about, because these guys are masters at delivering on this craft. And a lot of people say this is a Spectral Voice ripoff band, but guess what? These guys were around before Spectral Voice, so you can't really say that, can you? If anything, Spectral Voice took influence from Crypt's, right? So yeah, Cadaver Circulation, fucking awesome, released in 2019. Make sure you check it out, Finnish death doom. Coming in at number 8, speaking of Spectral Voice with the Eroded Corridors of Unbeing, released in 2017 on Dark Descent Records, USA death doom metal band. This album, very nightmarish, very horrifying and cosmic. It has a very dark, murky production with a really foreboding, shadowy driven atmosphere of like spectral wraiths and the undead, just all those horrifying, disgusting things and scary things that we don't want to confront can be found on this record. And I think the band has a unique delivery with the riff structuring and the drum work and the bass and the vocals, and it works to the band's advantage. And Spectral Voice are an awesome band, and I don't think Crypts or Spectral Voice ripped off each other. I think that is a really absurd conclusion to come to, but hey, everyone has their opinions. That's totally fine. I think this is a great record. I'd like to see Spectral Voice do another full length, because they only have this one. They have a number of demos and EPs and stuff, but this one works. Spectral Voice, great band. Eroded Corridors of Unbeing gets number 8. Coming in at number 7, one of the pioneers of the genre, Disembowelment, Transcendence into the Peripheral, released in 1993 on Relapse Records. You can check out my review of this in the album reviews playlist. Australian death doom metal legends. This is absolutely insane. It literally sounds like a transcendence into the peripheral. It's psychotic, schizophrenic, juxtaposing, very off kilter in places, like it's on the verge of collapse. Very despair-filled, very dismal, and very morbid and crawling with decay and rot, but also very cavernous, void-filled, doom-like repetition in sections. Just fucking off the charts, man. If you love doom death, there's no reason you should not be into Disembowelment. They are one of the best bands in the fucking genre. Transcendence into the Peripheral gets number 7. Coming in at number 6, a Canadian death doom metal band, Incoffinate, Sumerian Corpse Dungeon, released in 2019 on Caligari Records. I am absolutely desperate to find a cassette release of this. This is very, very intense death doom with a lot of crushing doom metal, dripping with that morbid, rotten, decaying production, slime-ridden, crawling ooze that give it that doom metal-like placement in the guitar work and the writing. Of course, the death metal is intact here, but it's not super fast, but it does keep the tempo changing a lot, which creates a lot of atmosphere and a lot of mood shifting and everything that makes doom death so fucking awesome. This band completely embodies, and thank you to Janelle for showing me these guys. I will be doing a full review of this. Incoffinate is fucking amazing. And yeah, you guys really need to check these guys out, because Incoffinate is fucking awesome. Sumerian Corpse Dungeon gets number 6. Coming in at number 5, a UK death doom metal band, Slime Lord, Moss Contamination, released in 2021 on Sewer Rot Records. The album cover says it all. This is very rooted in, if you ever seen the movie The Rise of the Triffids, I believe it was called. I can't remember what the movie was called, but it's like where these plants come to life and like kill everybody. This is very mycelial doom death metal. It's very rooted in fungal rot and decay and stagnation. It sounds stagnant in a lot of ways, and the guitar work, drums and bass reflect these atmospheres very, very well. And I think everything that the band was going for in terms of aesthetic, lyrical ideology, and the way they just structured the writing of the songs works well, and that's what it sounds like, a fucking Moss Contamination, and it's fucking amazing. Make sure you guys check out Slime Lord, Moss Contamination. It gets number 5. Coming in at number 4, a newer doom death metal band from the UK with Sewer Fiend, Echoes from the Cistern. I did talk about this in my top 15 new wave of OSDM bands, but again, they're death doom, so they can make this list as well. This is very rotten, slimy, putrid death doom with a very strong fascination with the unspeakable, unfathomable creatures that would lurk, you know, behind the shadows within the sewers, man, because that's what this sounds like. You know, like toxic waste, aberrant beings rising from like sludge and like just really disgusting nuclear waste. I mean, that's the atmosphere I get. Echoes from the Cistern is exactly what it sounds like. Look at the album cover. That's the sound you're getting from this, and I hope I'm doing a good job at describing this, because a lot of this is hard to describe, you know, because a lot of these videos I don't do with a script. Like these ones, the reviews I do because they take longer. But yeah, this is fucking some great stuff. Check out Echoes from the Cistern from Sewer Fiend. It gets number 4. Coming in at number 3, Blood-Soaked Necrovoid, expelled into the unknown depths of the unfathomable. Long title, released in 2020 on Iron Bonehead Productions, Costa Rican death doom. I have their demo, or their compilation over there, the 8th Path, I forget what it's called, the Apocryphal Paths of the 8th Ancient Vitriolic Transcendence. Wow. This band, not something that's easy to stomach. This is extremely nightmare-inducing. Very rooted in subconscious psychosis and insanity and depravity and fear and everything unspeakable about the horrors that lurk beneath the ground, beneath the astral planes and everything. This is amazing stuff. If you've never heard Blood-Soaked Necrovoid, this is a very, very unique band, but they're not going to be for everybody, because this is very nausea-inducing stuff in a lot of ways, very disturbing, and absolutely off the fucking charts. Blood-Soaked Necrovoid, Expelled into the Unknown Depths of the Unfathomable, gets number 3. Coming in at number 2, USA death doom metal band Bloodspore Fungal Warfare Upon All Life. You can check out my review of this as well in the playlist, album reviews playlist. Released in 2020 on Blood Harvest Records, USA Death Doom. I mean, what an amazing record. Look at the album cover, all about mycelial fucking domination. This is Fungal Warfare Upon All Life, which is exactly what it sounds like. Rotten, putrid, slimy, disgusting death doom. Soul-crushing guitar work, bass, drums, vocals. Their live aesthetic is amazing. It's like blood red with like fucking webs everywhere, like how it would be if you were engulfed in fucking fungus. That's what the aesthetic of this band is, and it's amazing. The album title says it all. That's what the music sounds like, and I love how these bands definitely have a lot of the aesthetic in the sound. In fact, they all do. But yeah, Bloodspore Fungal Warfare Upon All Life gets number 2. Coming in at number 1, the band playing in the background on the TVs and in the audio, Carcinoid Metastatic Declination, released in 2019 on Blood Harvest Records. I've got the vinyl. This band is absolutely insane. Disgusting, disease-ridden death doom, rotting, morbid, decaying filth, very miasmic and fucking gross, man. Like, this sounds like Carcinoid. That's what it sounds like, and just disease filth, man. I mean, it's so fucking good, and the doom metal parts come in at just the right times, and the bass is so high in the mix, it sounds like a souped up version of Severed Survival. Rotten, disgusting production, and an incredible abysmal vocal performance that give it a very cavernous atmosphere off the fucking charts. Carcinoid Metastatic Declination gets number 1. Alright guys, there you have it, another top 15 in the books here on the channel. I hope you enjoyed the premiere. If you're new, hit that subscribe button down below, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. Merchandise available, click on the store tab on the homepage. Thank you to Nick, he just joined the channel. We got another member in the MOD Elite VIP, and he's going to be buying some merch. Thank you, Nick, I really appreciate it. Join the channel right now, become an MOD Elite for $2.49 for your first month, $4.99 thereafter. Hit the join button, get access to exclusive content, review requests within reason, band interviews and promotions, and members only live streams, as well as if you have a metal YouTube channel and you want to collaborate, we can do that once per month. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. We'll see you for Metal Album Warfare Fridays.